Good afternoon or good evening. Thank you for watching as always. We seem to be having another invasion on the southern border of Europe, and that's what I wanted to discuss in this video. The Spanish landmass Ceuta on the African continent next to Morocco is currently being invaded by Moroccans. They are breaking into the European continent and it's going to be allowed, apparently. The Spanish government, I think his name is Pedro Sanchez, is very, very, very pro migrant. And I want to talk to you a bit on why this is our problem. We thought we left this behind when we left the European Union, or at least that was the plan, that was the aspiration. This has happened before, and this is the third time in the past decade this has happened, so there's a few things we need to talk about. The area that we're talking about, first of all, this is the particular area. This is Ceuta on the African continent. Look how close it is to Gibraltar. That's British territory. We need to worry about that. All of these people, now they have arrived on the European continent, are likely going to be given refugee status. And because of Schengen, the free travel area in the European Union, they will have right to travel and roam and adventure all over the continent. So even though the Italian PM can come out and wax lyrical about closing the Schengen border specifically with Spain, that's immaterial because they can come in from all different countries. Lest we forget that Meloni 2 years ago had a similar issue with Lampedusa being swamped with African migrants. Most of them stayed, and they didn't just stay in Italy, they stayed all over the European continent. And this is your alleged right-wing government in Italy. And then before the European referendum, where we Brexited, I think it was Angela Merkel as well in Germany. She went out and said all the migrants are welcome, all the refugees are welcome. So it seems to be happening in waves in specific spots all over the European continent. And once they're given refugee status under the 1951 Refugee Convention, by and large they get to stay. This is what we need to look at, and this is what needs to end. Just look at this video today. This is absolute insanity. So this is what I'm calling out here. And as I say, if you look at where Ceuta or Ceuta is, they can get over to Gibraltar pretty quickly. And then they're on British soil, British territory. And we've just handed over control, border control, to Spain for administration with Gibraltar. So this is a British problem as much as it is a European problem, because we are party to the ECHR and the Refugee Convention. They're still coming over the channel in massive, massive numbers. So we could see scenes like this sooner or later in Calais, coming over to Dover. Nobody wants this, and nobody consented to it. The European continent, our civilization, the greatest in the world, needs to get serious, needs to act tough, and it needs to be done extremely quickly. Remigration is a must. Millions must go. Now, if you think I'm overstating things, make me work. Comment below. What are your solutions to this? We need to leave all of these conventions, the Refugee Convention, the ECHR, they need to be struck from British law, and we need to exit any of these conventions that are stopping us policing our borders. The border force in the Channel needs to get its acts together. They are obliged under maritime law to bring these people to Britain when they should be shot back to France, hook, line and sinker. I'm sick and tired of this. I'm not in utter panic mode like many people are on social media, simply because we've been here before. This is happening by design, and it needs to end. Like this video if you think I'm onto something. Do you think it's a coincidence that Burnham's mentioned nothing about the migrant crisis that we've got on the southern border, or is it all part of the plan? Do you think us surrendering Gibraltar's border security has anything to do with this? And do you think Pedro Sanchez is a traitor to the Spanish people and needs to be imprisoned for his crimes? All opinions are valid, but I think I'm a winner here. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. You have a good day.